Hello, everybody. Hey, it's Ken Faulkner. More knives to show you, to share with you. A little something different this time. Um, this is a Black Reserve box in front of me here. I saw this one on Tim's School of Fish, so he was the inspiration for me picking this guy up. It's a Black Reserve. He's collecting these guys, and I'm not really so much of a collector of slip joints, but I do like a few of them. This one caught my eye. Thought it was pretty interesting. Great box presentation is really nice. It's Tim was talking about how this looks like a liquor label. I agree with it. Built by hand, back for life. A Rough Rider. Rough Rider. I mean, it's one of those knives where you see something you kind of like, and then you look at the price tag on most of them, and you're talking about such a just a little bit of an investment for a good quality knife. I mean, I've got quite a few in my collection. When I say quite a few, because I don't really collect the slip joints as much, I'm talking about maybe half a dozen. But all the ones that I have, I've enjoyed, including this one here. This one is from this particular collection, the Black Reserve. If you open up the box, it's kind of like a commemorative type thing. I think Tim is more specifically collecting them, not necessarily using them, but collecting them. They got this whole story of the Rough Riders, that the Rough Rider knife takes its name from a group of men who volunteered to follow Teddy Roosevelt in 1989. And this one says 1994 on the box. So, yeah, it's specific to that group. He talks a little bit more about it. If you want to just freeze that for a minute, you can read it if you want, or pick one of these guys up. I mean, I forget what I paid, but it certainly was less than $50. But the box itself looks like something that would be worth a lot more than that. As far as the packaging and the presentation, just really good quality. So they got this. It's in this cutout, and it's pretty tight in there. So anyway, this one here is what was called the one-arm razor, and very cool. I like, especially after I got it, and I've had this for a while. You can see a little bit of a wear. I'm not getting these as a collector's item. I'm getting these to carry and use. But one-arm razor, the concept is men that came back from the Civil War, I guess, that had lost an arm could catch underneath this little hook here to open up the knife. And I think I caught myself there. Anyhow, so this is a razor pattern. And when I was thinking razor pattern, I'm thinking, oh, this is like something they used to shave with. But it apparently, from reading up a little bit more on it, doesn't seem like it is. Maybe it was a skinning type thing or something. So it's got that knife plus a clip point, clip knife as well. And then it says it's got the Rough Rider serial number 440A, and of course they're made in China, and that's part of the reason why they're so inexpensive. So yeah, clip point and the razor, which is I thought was a very interesting pattern. That's something I wasn't really familiar with, and that kind of caught my eye when Tim showed this this knife. It doesn't have any kind of point on the end, and it's more like something you would use to shave with. And kind of part of the reason why I picked this guy up is a little side thing that I decided to do with this video. Because I do actually have a few straight razors that I do use for shaving. So I thought I'd break those guys out. I mean, just alongside of this one here, which is a very cool knife. But one of the things I really liked about it was that it's got some weight to it. As far as slip joints, they're usually much lighter. This is pretty solid built. Brass liners, stainless springs. Yeah, it's good quality. I like the little shield they got there, the Rough Rider shield. check that out. So very cool. But yeah, it made me think about straight razors, and I thought it was an interesting thing to have a knife pattern like that in a slip joint knife. So anyway, I was gonna show you. I mean, I'm not like a big collector of straight razors either, but like I say, it's kind of fun. I mean, I'm not gonna shave with a straight razor every day. It takes some time. You gotta be careful. I usually cut myself at least a little bit when I do shave with one of these, but it's fun. It's kind of like old-fashioned, old-timey, you know. So I kind of like it. I even got this thing here, which is kind of like the old brush, and picked that guy up on Amazon. Brush to put on. You got the soap. It's in a little container here. So this little stand that comes in. So I got that whole thing. Also, when I picked up one of these, it actually came with the kind of the old barber shop thing. I don't know, when I was a kid, I used to go to Cliff the Barber, and he had a little shop with the big old chairs that swing around, and he had the pole out in front that goes around in circles. So, you know, I'm not exactly the youngest guy around, but I still remember those days. This is kind of a cool little thing. Obviously, when they had them in the barber shop, it was much longer, and you see it in some of the old movies and stuff like that. It's got this little clip, which you can clip onto something. The idea of it is you need to pull it straight to do it. So it's basically a strop, leather here. Part of the instruction I'd gotten on how to use it, it has this side here. It's rougher, and you would actually go back and forth on this and kind of rough up the edge a little bit to prepare it to get sharpened. And then this side is the leather side, and they say that you like get you heat it up with your hand and kind of get your oils into it a little bit, rather than having like a compound or something that you'd spray on it for anything, and that gets it ready. And then I'll just break out some of these guys. I got a few here. I'm gonna show this one first. It's just little ones made in China. It's nothing too expensive or anything like that, but I thought it was pretty cool. And this is the one that came in this box with all this other stuff. And so it's kind of cool little kit, kind of like a gifty set. I bought it myself, but you can see this is the CEO, it's the name of the box, and this is an Amazon thing that you can get. So, you know, this is that straight razor design. It's a pretty short little blade, kind of shorter than I expected when I was looking at the pictures. But you're gonna hold it kind of like this, get it like this, and you're gonna kind of pull it across your face. You want to try to get it nice and sharp. So when you, like I say, when you're doing this, you kind of get this hang of going back and forth. You need to pull it straight to really get a good. But you get this little stroke going on. You don't want to do it hard, just like a regular strop, but just back and forth, maybe 10 to 20 times. Get a nice fresh edge on it. Like I said, you do this one first. It's supposed to rough up the edge slightly, and then prepare it for the actual sharpening. And then you're ready to go. You get your soap, put it on your face. You're going to hold it in this kind of position, and you're going to shave. So, but actually, it being a shorter one is kind of good because it's easier to get into some of the tight spaces. I'm going to show you another one here that I bought more recently, but which is more of a fun one. This one I actually do use. So there's that one there. Get the Rough Rider and that guy. This one's kind of crazy, and it was a recent buy, also from Amazon. And I kind of did this on a whim. It was kind of fun when I was thinking about doing this video. Look at this guy here. Talking about size comparison. You know, I like big knives. So here you go. You got the big straight razor. This was bigger than I thought it was going to be. This one was smaller than I expected as far as that edge there. This one is definitely humongous. And I haven't actually used this one yet. I don't know how well. I actually did a little bit just to test it, but to get into like tight spaces, you have to be very careful. You don't want, and I have a beard, so I'm really only shaving around the beard. So you can't really, if you go too crazy, you're going to shave off half your beard before you realize you did. It's got this kind of somewhat, I'm sure it's like a molded type handle, kind of interesting look to it. Kind of reminds me of something you'd see. Was that the barber from that movie that killed everybody? Anyway, he had the set of razors that were pretty cool, but this is just humongous, and maybe even just too big. It actually has like some jipping there, so you can kind of hold on to it. So yeah, and I'll probably use this from time to time, just for fun. We're talking like maybe once or twice a week I might use them. It's kind of got that round end, sort of like that one arm razor there. So anyway, that was the latest one I got. This other one is more of an actual. It's one that was made in Germany, and I've had this for a long time. I bought this at a secondhand store, so it was used when I got it. I was just looking it up a little bit online. Apparently, it is. It's like a what do they call it? It's kind of not a collector. What was the term they use? Like a classic or something. Anyway, an older one. I didn't really get a date on it. The company's Otto Fromm Cutlery Company in Germany. And I have to tell you that of all of these straight razors, you can see it's a little bit longer than this one, but definitely shorter than this one. But out of all of these, this one is the sharpest by far. And it's more of a quality made knife. They actually had some of these that were brand new, apparently, that they had found somewhere, and they were selling them for like $200 a piece. There's a couple of them on eBay that are used that were like $50, something like that. These other two were like this one and this one are cheaper. But anyway, this one actually is pretty good. I'm not sure what the handle material is. It's definitely very flexible. Feels like plastic. It's got kind of this very thin kind of pattern on the end. But anyway, I like I say, I'm not really a collector of these things, but it was interesting to see this one. Hold on, maybe I'll find, no, never mind. Anyhow, that's it. That's the straight razor collection. Even though this is just a one-arm razor, and it's not apparently not something you'd use to shave with, so I suppose you could. I was able to trim a few hairs off my arm with it. So in a pinch, if you had no other way to shave, it's something that you could use. But anyway, thought I'd share these guys. Something a little different, something a little strange. I'm not the most normal person in the world. Just ask all my friends that I tell about knives, and they'll tell you that, yeah, he's kind of out there. But you guys understand me way better than they do, and that's why I like hanging out with you guys. So that's the video for today. Some straight razors and the one-arm razor from Rough Rider. Hope you guys have a good one, and I will see you on the next one.